You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is us letting it all hang out about your love life, examining Steph's dating experiences, and answering your hot topic dating questions. Just you, Steph, and me. No topic is off limits and no filters involved. This is Jen.
And I'm Steph. If you have a question about your love life that you would like us to answer, you can submit your question at singlesmartfemale.com. Hi, ladies, and welcome to show 9 of Single Smart Female. This is Steph, and I'm here with my co-host, Jen.
Hey, ladies, and hey, Steph.
Hey, Jen. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our question today. A single smart female from California writes, I met a man on a dating app, and we have been talking/dating for about 3.5 months, seeing each other once a week or so. It took him about a month of consistent talking back and forth to finally schedule a date. We went out and had a blast. We've now been on 4 dates. From the way he has treated me, I felt like I was dating him and didn't feel that he was out to just hook up with me. Additionally, we still haven't had sex. I haven't seen him for a month. He went out of town, and I don't know, we just haven't seen each other. We text, he checks up on me, however, less frequently now than before. It's been weird since the last time we got together, right before he left on his holiday trip. We got more intimate, however, did not have sex. Last week, we were both out of town on separate ski trips, and I texted him something friendly and casual. He randomly blurted out that we need to get together this week. Well, almost a week goes by, and I don't hear from him at all. Until tonight, when I get a sexually charged meme text at 11:30 p.m. Where the hell is this guy coming from? Because of the distance lately, I do not feel that I am in the territory to ask him what he wants.
Steph, I have to ask you before we start in on this question. Do you want to start the man interpretation or do you want me to?
I'll go ahead and get started on this one.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, California cutie. So you're asking, where the hell is this guy coming from? Well, number one, let me just acknowledge the fact that y'all have been on 4 dates without sleeping together. He has maintained contact with you throughout this time, and it also took him a month of talking to you online before y'all set up a date. I think that he is interested in more than just sex with you. But texting you a sexually charged meme at 11:30 p.m. mostly indicates that he does want to have sex with you. He finds you very attractive and was just really excited to express it at a very, what most of us ladies can feel like an inopportune or inappropriate time. And honestly, I really feel like this is a very easy fix. It doesn't sound like this guy is a booty call type of guy, and he probably was just trying to flirt with you in a more risque way, hoping that maybe he could move forward with you sexually. And if it makes you uncomfortable, and it's okay if it does, you just can disregard those type of texts or say something flirty, but that indicates that you're not really interested in receiving texts at 11:30 at night of that manner, and just continue to give him attention when he is treating you the way that you want to be treated.
And California cutie, I'd like to elaborate on this a little bit. So I've worked with lots of women over the years now. And what I've noticed from many women is that we really freak out if a guy at first seems to be very respectful in his manners, and then all of a sudden he hits you with anything that's sexually charged. I agree with Steph in many ways that he's just expressing a sexual attraction to you. And I want all women out there to become more comfortable with the sexual attraction men express, because them expressing their sexual attraction to you, it does not mean you have to reciprocate. It does not mean you have to accept. Ultimately, you still get to decide whether or not that sexual connection at that point progresses any further. Sexual attraction is a natural reaction from a man to your beauty. And it's okay to be comfortable with that. And being comfortable with that does not mean that you have to reciprocate in that moment either. So if you still want to take it kind of slow, you're more than welcome to do that. Now, I have a slightly different take on this than Steph. I think that this guy specifically might have had a drink or two too many, and he sent you this sexual meme when he wasn't really thinking. He was thinking about you, and he was thinking of how attracted he was to you, and he sent you something really inappropriate. And yes, he did. He broke a rule. He totally did. But I think you should go ahead and forgive him about it. The important thing is that you, as a woman, not only learn to become very comfortable with men's sexual attraction and understand that it does not mean that you have to reciprocate or give anything back just because they are attracted to you in that way, but become very comfortable in it, understand it a little better, and then learn how to react playfully if you want to, and to set good boundaries too around it. Because him texting you at 11:30 at night, although I think that he just screwed up, there wasn't any malintent with that. There wasn't anything sinister going on. There is no way that this guy just sees you as a hookup with all of the effort that he has put into you so far. Plus, you guys are still at the beginning stages of everything, and he is testing where the lines are. You guys have maybe had a few intimate encounters, and he wants to see where that goes as well. And do you really blame him? Have you looked at yourself lately? Of course he wants to have sex with you. Why wouldn't he want to have sex with you? We'd be having a completely different conversation where you'd be asking us, Jen and Steph, why the hell doesn't this guy want to have sex with me? If it was him not approaching you sexually in any way. So, California cutie, there's no need to be pissed off at him. Yes, you do need to handle it and not be afraid to handle it and have some fun handling it, but it is okay to know that men want you. It is okay to relish that men want you. And it doesn't make you anything outside of a woman who is wanted. That's it. That's all it defines you as. What do you think, Steph?
I agree. And I do agree that he may have had a few drinks, especially if he was on vacation at this time, which it sounds like he may have been.
Mm-hmm. And look, he was thinking about you.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So let's move forward with the rest of the, I suppose, question. You say that because of the distance lately, you do not feel that you're in the territory to ask him what he wants. I agree.
I agree with you as well, only because you're in the beginning stages of this, and he hasn't indicated he wants a relationship with you yet. But I do feel he is really interested in you. He's just not there yet on asking you, and maybe he's still filling you out and seeing how your sexual chemistry is going to go and how that is going to evolve. But he's not using you. He's interested in you. He's not there yet with the relationship part, but he might be close. I don't know quite yet. One thing I'd like to bring it back to, Steph, if you don't mind, is he said something about wanting to see her the following week. And
yes.
And what I want to encourage all ladies to do, most of us allow men to dictate exactly when and where we are going to see each other. But ultimately, in romantic relationships, women call the shots. And I don't mean that in a controlling kind of way. You have a lot more input than you're giving yourself credit for. So if a man says, I really want to see you next week, you can approach him in a very clear, playful way, which I'll get to in just a second. Aziz Ansari, one of my favorite comedians. Actually, I don't like his stand-up too much. I like his other material, and I hope to God he never hears this podcast, but I love all of his other material.
I hope he does. He can take me on a date.
Oh, gosh. I want to be the third wheel on that date. Please, Steph, please.
Aziz Ansari, if you are listening, you may take me on a date. I know that you want to.
And I really want you to take Steph on a date so I can be that third wheel, even though I said that your stand-up's not my favorite. Please forgive me. I still love you. Anywho, going back to Aziz, he did this bit on Conan O'Brien, and you can Google it, about the dating landscape these days and how texting goes and how people are so not clear with each other and inconsistent and just wishy-washy in their communication. Even though we have all of these amazing means of communication, we can text somebody in a second, we can talk to somebody, we can reach out, we can Facebook them, Snapchat them, throw shit at them. We can do everything digitally, but we are having more trouble than ever communicating well. And I want to encourage all of you ladies out there to step up your game a little bit and not be so damn scared of being clear. Now, when I say be clear, a lot of you misinterpret that and become aggressive. There is a difference between being clear and playful and clear and aggressive. If you're going to do clear and aggressive, you're going to push a lot of men away, with the exception of a handful who they're going to be really turned on by it at first, and then at some point it's going to be way too much for them because it feels very overwhelming. But if you learn and get comfortable with, let me give you an example. If a guy says, "I really want to see you," instead of just saying, "Oh, that sounds great," but asking him, and not in this way, I'm going to tell you how to do it, but asking him, when, kind of nailing him down on it in a fun, playful way, your dating life is going to start to turn around drastically. So for instance, he says, "I really want to see you next week." And you say something very excited. That's great. What day would you like to take me out on a date? By the way, did you notice something really, really specific here, Steph?
Yes. What day would you like to take me out on a date? Would you like to take me out on a date?
Yes. You're not saying, "When do you want to hang out?" You're not saying, "When should we get together for coffee?" You are setting up a romantic expectation that he has to fulfill.
And men love to fulfill your romantic expectations. They want to make you happy. So if there's something that you want to do at a time that works for you, let them know, because that makes it easy for them to make you happy.
Exactly. And if you have a guy that's like, "I don't really want to call this a date," or blah, 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 that's a guy you can just kick to the curb, because you can tell him at that point, "Well, honestly, I was hoping for us to see if a romantic connection was going to develop. And if there isn't a chance of that, I don't have an interest in seeing you." And you can be that upfront about it. And you're going to really push him to his place so he can either step up or he can step the fuck off.
And you'd be surprised at how often they step up.
Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't step up, then that you've just been protected by the universe, my lady. And I wanted to give you one more way that you can kind of up the ante if you're really good with your sexual boundaries. That might be even a little bit more fun to answer him when a guy says, "Hey, I really want to see you soon." You could say something like, "Ooh, that sounds like trouble. What day were you thinking of for our date?" Okay?
I like that.
And if you think about that, feel the playfulness off of it. You're being very direct, but you're making it irresistible because you're adding the playful component. You are stimulating this man's imagination and getting him excited about the opportunity to see you. But again, when you're going to up it and add a little bit of a sexual tone, make sure your boundaries are very well defined. You only do things sexually that you are ready for. It's not on his sexual terms. It's still on your sexual terms. With that said, one of my favorite things we do in our program, Steph, is the whole putting men sexually back in their place that we do and make him want you again. That was one of my favorite pieces to put together to help women with, because it's so much fun to learn how to respond in a way that's not only playful, it encourages him to step up as a gentleman and makes him want you insanely.
It works.
It works.
I've done it.
It works very,
I've done it
very
lot.
well sometimes. I was going to say too well, but no, I don't think there's a too well with this. So bringing this all back together, California Cutie, I don't want you to think that this man is trying to hook up with you. He's invested a lot of time with you so far. I want you to know that he is interested in getting to know you. He may not be ready for a relationship quite yet, but he's invested in getting to know you. You are not just a hookup. Get comfortable. All women, all of you single smart ladies, be comfortable with men wanting you sexually. It is a natural reaction to your beauty. And if they misstep, you just need to learn how to, in a fun way, put them back in their place. Now, of course, if they really overstep a line, then you need to kick them to the curb and move on and free them to the overly sexed masses. But don't be pissed off at men because they want to have sex with you. Why wouldn't they want to have sex with you? That's just insane to think. I mean, we would be having such a different conversation, such a less fun conversation if he didn't want to have sex with you.
Right. Jen, you know what? This just reminded me of one of your ladies had a guy send her a very explicit text. "Send me a pic of your pussy." And she sent him a picture.
I told her to do this. This was so much fun.
Of her cat.
Yes. Of her black cat. Because he okay, let me give him a little bit of background. The man, he had sent her guys, if are there any guys listening to this podcast, please stop doing this. Stop sending us pics of you in towels in a mirror. It's so annoying and so not fun. And it is. It's just awful. But he had sent her one of these texts, and she asked me what I do, because he just now sent me another text that says, send me a picture of your pussy. So I told her to grab her cat and wrap the cat in a towel and take a photo of the cat and send it back to him. And oh man, he got it. He totally got it. And boy, we had so much fun with that. But that's the kind of sense of humor you need to have. Instead of being pissed off at guys for, misstepping, you can have a sense of humor about it all and have some fun with it. If he oversteps again, then you put him in his place. But don't automatically go to the aggressive form of putting a guy in his place and being really pissed off at him just because he's sexually attracted to you. You would feel awful if he wasn't attracted to you at all.
That's true. Today's episode is brought to you by Make Him Want You Again online class. If you would like to learn exactly what to do, say, or text to make yourself irresistible and unforgettable in his mind, meet us over at makehimwantyouagain.com.
Welcome to a brand new segment on Single Smart Female, celebrities that you can hook Steph up with. So today we are going to talk about the different celebrities that Steph is okay if you hook her up with them. Granted, only when they're single. Even if we mention a few married folks, the caveat is they have to be single when you hook them up with her. Okay, ladies? Here we go. Number 1. Tell us your number 1.
Number 1. Well, number 1 is Aziz Ansari.
Okay.
Because,
Aziz, I'm not sure. I think he is in a relationship right now. But at the point that he's not, ladies, and we do wish the best for his current relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's really nice.
Uh-huh. And lovely, lovely lady. But at the point that it doesn't work out, if it doesn't, you can hook Aziz up with Steph.
Next on my list is Idris Elba.
Okay, is that the guy that was on The Office that time?
I'm not sure.
Yes, he was on The Office one time. And it's not meant, it was Kelly, the character Kelly. There were, I believe, 2 Kellys at the time. And every time he would say Kelly would show up at the door and say, because she had a huge crush on him, "You wanted me?" And one of my favorite comments was by Jim following that, who said, actually, that's not the worst idea she's ever had. And I was going to tell you, ladies, that actually might be a very effective technique with somebody that you're interested in. The power of suggestion. You wanted me? Who's next?
So I've always had this irrational crush on Nicolas Cage.
I heard he was a real asshole.
Oh.
In person. But,
good.
That's hearsay.
Good.
It's hearsay. And he's possibly married. I don't know. I don't Google these guys.
Yeah, I can let you know.
Okay.
I'll let you know on our date. After our date. I'll wait till after our date. It's rude to text and make phone calls on your date. I wouldn't do it unless it's an absolute emergency.
But Steph, you're not allowed to go on a date with a married man.
Oh, no.
He can't be married. So my single
Well,
smart
if he's
ladies
such an
out
asshole,
there.
maybe he's not.
True. Who knows? I don't know. I don't follow celebrities close enough to know. Anybody else?
I feel like there's more, but I'm open to suggestions. So if anybody knows anybody that you think I should date, please.
You can send us a message at info@havehimyourway.com. We are open to celebrity suggestions for Steph's dating life. Good
I'm really
ones, though.
excited about this.
Actually, single ones, okay?
I promise I'll tell you all about it once I have my dates. Okay, single smart female, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
Remember, a man's sexual desire for you is a natural response to your beauty.
And enjoying his attraction is not the same as consenting to sex with him.
This is Jen.
And this is Steph.
Don't forget to subscribe to our show in iTunes. And if you'd like to submit a question to us, come see us at singlesmartfemale.com. And if you just want to come play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see us at havehimyourway.com.
Talk to you next time.